Hello chaps and chapettes. Right, today we're going to be looking at the relay, and by the end of this video you're going to know what a relay is, understand how it can be used as a remote switch, and also be able to draw a circuit using a relay. It's a little bit complicated, but it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Now at the end of this video you should also have a go at designing an ignition or starter button for a car, and you should have a good idea on how to do that. I'm not looking for a perfect circuit diagram, but at least the best way of using it or a good idea on how to use it. So, first of all, what actually is a relay? And really it's just a switch. It's a switch which is operated by an electromagnet, which means that you don't have to be the one touching this thing to actually get it to move around. So you can get things to turn on and off without actually touching them, right? Which is really useful if you have a switch which you can't get to, so it's really, really far away, or it's a switch which is in a dangerous area, so such as in, a nuclear reactor or something, and you want to be able to operate this thing remotely. It's also really useful for dangerous circuits. For example, starting up a car, that's going to require a large amount of voltage to actually start the engine moving, and you don't really want to be anywhere near that voltage when you're turning your car key or something like that. So then you want to separate yourself from that high voltage, and that's where a relay comes in really handy. So what you're going to do now, you're going to pause this video and you're going to draw down the circuit symbol there, write down the info, and I'll see you after I've just gone through demonstrating how this relay works. So this is a relay setup, and what we have here, this box contains a relay, and you can see the whacking great big magnet in there. Okay, just going to turn this off. There you go. So when we flick the switch, you can see that the magnet activates and this bit comes down, making contact. When we turn it off, it relaxes back into position. So magnet on, switch is activated, magnet off, switch is now in the off position. And that means that whatever happens on this side, you can actually be disconnected from and operate it remotely. So if I turn this fan on, okay, this is my model drying fan. We're going to allow currents to flow from this end to this end of the switch once we activate our relay. And then we should get a nice little breeze to make the banner of my people fly. So here we go. There we go. So fluttering majestically in the wind. If you don't know what IOP stands for, well, look it up online. You'll find out what it is, and you'll find out why it is the banner of my people. Okay, so you've seen how it operates and how there is an electromagnet in there, which when you turn the power on, moves the switch into the closed position, okay? And then, of course, when you turn the electromagnet off, then a spring or a little bit of metal under tension is going to pop that back into the open position. You can get relays which do the reverse, so that they are on normally and then the electromagnet turns on and they are closed, but that's the idea, okay? So really, really useful things. Something I didn't mention earlier when talking about the different uses for them, you can actually get relays to be operated by circuits themselves, which means that if you're writing a computer program, you can then get the computer program to operate physical switches, as in you tell your computer to turn something on when it gets to a certain amount of temperature. The computer can do that for you without needing like a really big scary robot arm to come along and flick the switch for you. So there we go, really useful, right? So what you should know by now is what a relay is, and you should understand that it can be used to operate circuitry and to flick switches when you're not present. You should also be able to draw the circuit using a relay, and then there we go. What you need to do right now, write down the operation of a relay, as it can be a 2 or 3 mark question saying, how does this thing work? And then you should have a go at the challenge of designing an ignition or a starter button for a car. And whatever your thoughts are, write them in the comments below. If you have any questions as well, write them in the comments below, or you can come and write them onto the forum on Firefly when it's up and running. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.